Ready? Good morning, friends. Yesterday we have discussed about the methods of and techniques of cost accounting, and in the last lecture we have discussed about cost classification, which is one of the content of your syllabus of cost unit, essential of cost accounting. Today we will discuss the element of cost, right? So I am going to draw here diagram of elements of cost. You can also write down the diagram of cost, the element of cost diagram. So element of cost or cost element can be classified or divided into two parts: direct and indirect. Direct costs and indirect costs. Direct cost contain or classified into or divided into three parts: direct materials, next direct labor or wages, and third one is direct expenses. Same way, indirect cost also divided in three parts: indirect materials, indirect labor, and indirect expenses. So this way the element of cost classified into two parts: direct cost and indirect cost. You can see here direct cost, there are three content: direct materials, direct labor, and direct expenses. So first of all, let's discuss about the direct cost. Direct cost, one of the element of cost in which include direct materials. Direct materials means, as per the definition given by CIMA UK, material cost is the cost of commodities supplied to an undertaking. Means the material which is directly related with the production, as for example raw materials. So it is the direct cost, direct material cost, right? As for example clay in bricks. In the bricks industry, clay, without clay, the bricks production is not possible. So clay in bricks industry is the direct material. Simply I can give you other example: leather in shoes. In shoes company to produce the shoes or chappals, footwear. So leather is the main content. It is directly related with the production. So it is direct materials. Without raw material in form of leather, shoes production is, or we can say footwear production is not possible. So it is directly related with the production. So we can say leather in shoes making is a direct material. Same way, steel in machines. Without steel, it is not possible to produce the machines. So steel is the direct material in steel machine making company. Clothes in garment. Without cloth, it is not possible to produce the ready-made garment. So cloth is a direct materials. Timber in furniture. You know, timber is main source to produce the furniture, right? It is the main content to produce the furniture. So timber, without timber, furniture production is not possible. So timber is the main source for production of furniture, hence it is direct material. So in short we can say direct materials means the material which is directly related with the production. that is the direct materials, right? Without the help of materials, without the materials, we can't do production. So here we have discussed some example: clay in bricks, leather in shoes, right? Steel in machine, right? Clothes in ready-made garment, timber in furniture, right? So this is the example of direct materials. Now direct labor, we can say direct materials, same way other contents of direct cost, direct labor. Labor, that is the cost of remuneration in form of wages, salaries, commissions, bonus, etc. right, of the employees of an undertakings. That means to produce the production or any unit of production, wages is the main source. Without the labor help or workers help, the production procedure is not possible. So wages also directly related with the production. Material is available, but the laborer is not available, right? So production is not possible. So direct labor is also one of the most important cost of element, and we can say direct labor is the one of the main content of direct cost, right? Here we can give you example: machine operator, right? That is a direct labor example. Shoemaker, carpenter, weaver, tailor. Without the help of this direct laborer, we can't do production, right? So machine operator wages is the direct wages. Direct wages is one of the content of cost of direct cost, or we can say cost elements, right? Then third content is indirect cost, direct expenses. Direct expenses, that means all costs other than material and labor are learned as expenses, and according to the definition given by CIMA UK, direct expenses are those expenses which can be identified with and allocated to cost center and cost unit. So per unit it should be identified, it can be identified, and all those expenses are known as direct expenses. Here I can give you the example about the direct expenses. Hire a special plant for a particular job, right? Traveling expenses in securing a particular contract, cost of patent right? Experimental cost of special drawing, design and layouts, carriage paid for materials purchased for a specific job, royalty paid in mining, depreciation or hire of a plant used on a contract at site, right? So all these are the expenses which known as direct expenses, right? Without these expenses, the production is not possible, right? So it is known as direct cost, right? And direct expenses, one of the content of direct cost, right? And direct cost is the main element of cost, right? Now indirect cost, which divided in three parts: indirect materials, indirect labor and indirect expenses. Indirect materials, that means these are those materials which cannot be conveniently identified with individual cost unit. Material is used, but per unit it is not possible to identify, right? So this is the useful material for the production procedure, but per unit it is difficult to find out. Per unit it is difficult to calculate what is the per unit cost of material, right? So it is known as indirect materials. These are minor in importance, such as small and relatively inexpensive items which may become a part of the finished products, right? It is a minor expense, but it is important. As for example, pins, screw, nut, bolt, thread, All these are the important things, right? It is the minor expensive item, but it is important for the finished goods, for the production of the item, right? Those items which do not physically become a part of the finished product, as for example cool, lubricating oil and greases, sandpaper used in polishing, right? Soap, etc. All these items are used in production, but as a content it is not physically we can see, right? So all these items known as indirect material. Here I can give you other example of indirect material. Lubricating oil. Lubricating oil help the machines to run the machine, right? Lubricating oil help the machine in a running, right? So lubricating oil is an indirect material. Sandpapers, nuts and bolts, tool, small tools, office stationery, all these are indirect materials which is supported to production procedure, right? So it is known as indirect material. Then indirect labor. Indirect labor, it is of general character and cannot be conveniently identified with a particular cost in unit. In other words, indirect labor is not directly engaged in the production operation, but only to assist or help in a production operation. It is helpful to production procedure. So it is known as indirect labor. Here we can give you supervisor. Supervisor is directly not connected with the production procedure, but he observe, he doing supervision of all the units and indirectly help to the production procedure, right? So supervisor, same way inspector, cleaner, clerk, peon, watchman, all these persons are not directly related or directly connected with the production procedure, but they are helpful to the production procedure, right? If watchmen do not watch or do supervision for the unit, then there may be some difficulty in the production procedure, right? Same way peon and clerk also help to the indirectly help to the production procedure. So supervisor, inspector, cleaner, clerk, peon, watchman, these are the indirect labor. Third one is indirect expenses. Indirect expenses also one of the content of the indirect cost. Here indirect expenses or indirect costs other than indirect material and indirect labor costs are termed as indirect expenses, right? The expenses which is not indirect material or not included in indirect labor, that is the expenses as a indirect expenses, right? So here we can give you the example: rent and rates, indirect expenses; depreciation, lighting and power, advertisement, insurance, repairs, all these expenses are indirect expenses. So cost elements is basically direct cost and indirect cost. Then there is a overheads expenses, that is the divided into three parts: production overhead, right? Production overhead, that is the, we can say, factory overhead, the expenses which is paid in the factory department, that is also known as works cost. When we learn fourth unit of this subject, then we will prepare the cost sheet. Then after the prime cost, we will add factory expenses in the prime cost, so that we can find out factory cost or works cost. So production overhead, also known as factory overhead, this is also one of the element, right? We can say manufacturing overhead also, right? Indirect material, indirect labor, indirect expenses generally included in the production overhead. Then office and administrative overhead. This is also indirect expenses. We can say indirect materials, labor expenses paid in office department, as for example stationery used in the by the administrative staff, office, postage, sweeping, brooms and brush, etc. All these expenses relating to administrative work. So it is included in office overhead. So office overhead also one of the element of cost. Third one we can say selling and distribution overhead. The expenses which is related with the selling and distribution. So it is known as selling and distribution overhead. Here we can say the expenses relating to this packing material, stationery used in sales, office, cost of sample, price list, catalog, oil, greases, delivery ones, expense, delivery ones, depreciation. All these are the expenses relating to the sales, right? Advertisement expense also we can say here, right? All these expenses relating to sales and distribution. So this is also one of the overhead and it is the content of cost element. So here cost element we can say direct cost, indirect cost, production overhead, office and administrative overhead, and selling and distribution overhead. Generally direct cost, that is the prime cost. Direct cost, that means prime cost. Prime cost plus production overhead is equal to office or works cost, that we can say, plus expenses relating to office, that is the plus office overhead we can say. So we can find out office cost plus opening stock of finished goods minus closing stock of finished goods value, so that we can find out cost of production, plus selling and distribution expense means selling and distribution overhead, so that we can find out total cost or sales cost, plus minus profit or loss, so we can find out sales value. So this way we can find out the cost, right? So in the last unit of this subject we will learn when we prepare the cost sheet, then we will prepare in a particular sequence and we will write down particular sequence various expenses of the manufacturing unit. Direct expenses is equal to prime cost plus factory overhead is equal to factory cost or works cost plus office overhead is equal to office cost plus opening stock of finished goods minus closing stock of finished goods is equal to cost of production plus selling and distribution expenses is equal to total cost or sales plus cost plus minus profit or loss is equal to sales. So this is the formula to prepare the cost sheet. But in short we can say here now all these are the element of cost. Now little but important point included in your syllabus, that is the cost center. Cost center is the main one of the unit, one of the point included in your syllabus. So cost center is also important things. A cost center is defined by CIMA UK that a location, a person or item of equipment for which cost may be ascertained and used for the purpose of control. So one person in the production procedure is the most important, right? And at that level we can identify the particular cost, right? Or a location. At that level we can find out the particular cost of unit, cost of production. So that person, that location, that group, that department is the cost center. Then we find the cost of the product or service. As for example, in the repair of bike, as for example, if we take a practical example of our life, when we go for the repair of our bike to mechanic in the garage, then is carburetor service. If the carburetor service is done, then carburetor is the location. carburetor is the point where the cost can be identified. To repair the carburetor, the particular wages is there. That means particular cost is there, that amount. So carburetor repair or carburetor cleaning is the center point, or we can say cost center, right? Same way the person also, right? In the textile industry we can see there is a designer, we can say. So designer is the cost center, right? So cost center, that person may be cost center in the production unit. So cost centers are primarily of two types. One is personal cost center, which consists of a person or a group of persons, right? Impersonal cost center, second point of view we can discuss, which consists of a location of an item of equipment or group of these. From functional point of view, cost centers may be, right, production cost center and service cost center. Production cost center, we can see melting shop, machine department, welding department, finishing shop, right? All these are center of production cost. Same way service cost center also, we can say tool room, power room, stores department, repair shop, canteen department, all these are the service center. So it becomes the cost center, right? Last point included in our syllabus is the cost unit. Sometimes in example there is a short question to identify cost unit. Cost unit is defined by CIMA UK that unit of product, right? The unit of product, that is the cost unit, right? Or service or time in relation to which cost may be ascertained or expressed. The one item of production, right? It is known as cost unit, right? Suppose in the production or manufacturing unit of ball pen. So ball pen, one ball pen is the cost unit. What is the cost of per ball pen? Suppose per ball pen, that there is 8 rupees cost. Cost is 8 rupees per ball pen. So to product the ball pen, to packing the ball pen, to design the ball pen, right? So total cost of this ball pen is 8 rupees. And suppose selling price in market is 10 rupees, then 2 rupees is the profit per ball pen. Here we can find out. So what is the cost of ball pen? Per ball pen. That is the cost center. In the manufacturing unit of ball pen, right? Cost unit is ball pen, right? So cost unit, that means unit of product or service, right? As for example, per glass juice price. So juice price per glass juice is the cost unit in the service center, right? So this way cost unit is identified. Units of production, that means kilogram of a chemical, a ream of paper, ton of steel, right? A meter of cable, a meter of clothes, right? In textile industry, we can say units of service wise, we can say per kilometer, a kilometer, per ton. A cinema, in the cinema hall, per seat cinema tickets value or price, that is the unit of cost. We can say cost unit, right? A consulting hours, if you go for the advice of lawyer and contact to lawyer, then per hour, right? Consulting fees will be collected. So per hour, it is the cost unit in the service sector. Service unit, right? Here I can give you some industry and normal cost unit generally used in that particular industry. As for example, cement. In cement industry, per bag cement, it is the cost unit. Or in a big quantity, if we discuss, then cement industry, cement cost unit is ton cement. so and so ton cement. That the cement is the here we can say normal cost unit. Same way in chemical industry, kilogram or maybe in liter or maybe in gallon. Generally in crude oil, in the international crude market, gallon or barrel. In a barrel, generally crude oil is identified. So barrel is the cost unit for the crude oil market. Right? Same way in the chemicals, ton per ton maybe, kilogram, liter, gallon, etc. It can be identified. So kilogram, gallon, liter, ton, that is the cost unit for that chemical industry. Same way in the bricks industry generally per lakh, per piece, per 1000, right? So sometimes per truck, per 4000 bricks the price is given, right? In my village there are so many bricks industries established. So if we ask the price for the bricks, then per truck 4000 bricks is given. So per truck 4000 bricks and 16,000 rupees price at the place of manufacturing place of bricks, right? Then transportation cost will be added. If your place is very far from the manufacturing place, then the transportation charge will be high. So 4 rupees per bricks price, 4000 bricks generally in the truck loaded. So per truck 16,000 plus transportation charges is equal to, you have to pay the charges per truck bricks, right? So this way for 4000 bricks it is the cost unit, right? Or we can find out 4000 bricks divided 16,000 total amount paid for the one truck bricks. So 16,000 divided by 4,000 bricks is equal to 4 rupees per bricks price at the place of bricks, right? Plus transportation charges. So you can find out per bricks cost also. So it is the 4,000 bricks per 4,000 bricks. It is the cost unit. We can see here. Soft drinks, that there may be per bottle, barabar, or per dozen bottle, barabar, right? Per box there may be price. So it is the cost unit. Same way in nursing home, per bed, per day, per bed there is a cost unit. Floor means ton or per kilogram maybe. In shoes industry, per pair, right? Per pair generally there is a price given. So here we can say pair of shoes, it is the cost unit for shoes industry, right? Pencils per piece or per dozen, right? It can be given. So per piece or per dozen, it is the cost unit for pencil. Same way electricity, kilowatt hour, kWh, kilowatt hour the price is given, right? So kilowatt hour is the cost unit for electricity. For transportation, passenger kilometer per ton or goods carriage vehicle used, then ton kilometer, it is the we can say the cost unit. So to carry the goods from one place to other place, one city to other city, then per ton kilometer cost will be given. Same way to travel one place to other place, one city to other city for at a particular distance, then there is a rent received by the transportation company. So transportation company identified cost per passenger kilometer, right? And they will collect the rent. In automobile industry, number, right, per piece, that is a price given. Printing press, there is 1,000 copies. Per 1,000 copies, so and so. Per piece, it is not possible, right? So per 1,000 copy, per 500 copy, per 100 copy, maybe there is a price given. So for 1,000 copy or 500 copy or 100 copy, it is the cost unit. For marriage or reception card, if you want to print, then per 500 so and so price, per 100 so and so price. So this is the cost unit. right? Cotton or jute per bale, there is a price given. Same way in timber, cubic foot, right? If you contact to the timber market, then cubic foot wise price will be given. So this is the cost center for timber industry. Mines, ton of mineral, carpets, square foot, right? Hotel per room per day, there is a price will be collected by the hotel industry, hotel management, hotel staff. So hotel, in the hotel industry, per room per day the price will be collected. So per day per room, that is the cost unit for the hotel industry. Gas company, cubic foot or cubic center, that is the cost unit for the gas company, right? So this is the cost unit. Sometime in the exam there is a short question for 1 or 2 marks. There is a 4 question of about cost unit. You have to give answer of the industry's cost unit, and there may be 4 question and 2 marks. So 1 question for 1/2 marks you can get it. So you can remember in your mind properly, and you can write down answer. So particular industry, what is the cost unit, right? And you can get the marks easily. So thank you all. We have completed here cost unit theory, which is fully theoretical portion, 25% weightage of the unit, and all portion we have discussed fully. You can hear this video repeatedly, and you can remember all the concept and content of this first unit, essential of cost accounting. Then second, third and fourth unit included in this subject, fundamentals of cost accounting relating to theory and example. So we will learn about the theory and learn in the next lecture. So thank you all. Have a good day.